look at the standings here as we enter the last 3 weeks. Because of the Week 1 tiebreaker, I currently hold the edge on Buffalo. That would put me at the 4 seed right now, half a game behind the Titans for the 3 seed. Browns should be able to clinch with another win. Basically, a lot of things are coming into play here because it's Ravens, Jets, Thursday Night Football here. So right now, the Ravens would be the second wild card. It looks like the North is getting 3 teams in here at the moment. So a lot of things hanging in the balance here. For the Jets, it's an everything to gain, nothing to lose situation, really. Because even with a loss, the Bills winning, because they don't hold a tiebreaker, that rematch at the end of the season could put the Jets right back. So they'd still control their own destiny even with this loss. So I would rather not, because I want to have that outside shot at maybe getting the 3 seed. But we'll see what I can do. Meanwhile, in the NFC, it looks like everything's starting to set up. Honestly, this tie is the only thing keeping the Eagles kind of relevant, because they should be able to get to 9-6, which means that they can outdo a 9-7 team. So at the moment, you got the Cardinals potentially still able to fall out if they blow 2 games, which is really the only team that could realistically blow this. At this point, the Cowboys are likely to clinch. Rams likely to clinch. Packers likely to clinch. Set up a really good game with Chicago at the end of the season. It'll be something I kind of keep track of, I guess. But yeah, it seems like if you're not on this screen right now, no chance you're getting into the playoffs. And even with Philly, it's pretty slim. Alright. So it's the Thursday game. So let's go with the color rush jerseys. The Jets don't think had a color rush, so I guess I'll just go with the alternate. But for them, their color rush is basically the same thing, except somehow an even brighter purple and the gold numbering. I like the color rush on occasion, but I mean, like, when you're already a purple team, there's not a whole lot else you're gonna do that's different. Anyway, there it is. It is time. Alright, now, as we get ready to start here, figure it's probably good we get back to what I've been talking about yesterday. Yeah, I've been kind of just, oh yeah, before I do though, I just wanted to, I guess before we get on the field, I'm very happy with myself because I finally completed all the way Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'm a big Nintendo gamer, that's why I'm not broadcasting much on here, because frankly I don't go on to the PlayStation as much as and honestly the only games that are on here that I would play require a level of involvement. I'm just not particularly interested in.
I'll see you again at halftime as we
however, I do really enjoy platform because it's a very simple goal. Makes it easy to manage. I was a big fan of Super Mario Odyssey. It's the first Mario game besides World and 3D. So it's the third Mario I've ever finished.
There's a scene a short time ago the Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd,
and so
through a sea of pyrotechnics,
I really liked it.
Came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get
I thought it was the best of the Marios, and yeah, I'm not as big of a Mario 2D platformer. I've always been more of a Sonic fan, but I have really been into the Donkey Kong stuff. I beat Donkey Kong Country Returns when it showed up on the 3DS. Loved it. And Tropical Freeze, I absolutely adore, even though it was only 6 worlds in its base game. Like, Those games are challenged. It's challenging. It took me a long time to go through it. I would not mind playing it over. That one and Sonic Mania, which has kind of replaced, it used to be Sonic CD, now Sonic Mania, as my favorite. I think
it's the final 3 weeks of the season, still playing.
I would say
here as we're underway in week 15.
My three
a few yards into the end zone.
Games all time.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Jets work their way onto the field, led by the number 3 overall pick in 2018. Sam Darnold, and during the offseason, Darnold was asked where he was looking to improve. He told everybody, being more comfortable in the pocket. He looked back to the numbers from his rookie campaign, 17 touchdowns and 13 starts. So just imagine what a relaxed and more experienced Darnold might be able to accomplish with a stronger set of receivers now here in 2019. And we take a look now at the New York offense.
And congratulations on their win last week, but they didn't get a whole lot of time to celebrate it on Sunday. They were right back to work on Monday, but you'll have to do things differently when you prepare for a Thursday night game. Because normally you'll take some time off. Here you get right back to work on the game plan mentally, and probably not put any pads on until you play again Thursday night.
Now the starters on the defensive side of the ball for the Ravens. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
And the big difference in the game,
in general,
I am turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? To throw is Darnold. Open man is Anderson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I get the sense it might be a tad difficult
14
to keep,
yards is the pickup there at a Jet first
drives
down.
Going consistently. If I can get like 2 first downs
for the Jets the season ago,
on a
Robbie
drive,
Anderson, 50 catches, over 750 yards, and getting more and more comfortable with Sam Darnold. Now a year plus under their belts collectively. You'd figure that those numbers for Anderson might be trending further north. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
He's making a little bit of a gain for me here.
On 2nd down, it's Powell looking for a seam, but finding none.
How did I lose a yard? I'm pretty sure I gained there.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of the bird.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there.
I thought for sure he was going to pull that down.
That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20.
Like I said, just based on the game.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram, fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. And we get a quick peek at the Ravens starting offense.
And they should be set up for a big game. They have one of the hottest offenses in the league. They're coming in riding a winning streak. But we've seen.
I want to make sure the audio here is still going. All right, good. The microphone is still good. Oh, there we go. Video's back going.
Really wreak havoc with what you've done previously.
I saw the video starting to go out.
Their offense, and they'll just let their playmakers go out and do what they do best.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Let's make something happen.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
I can live with that.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, that was was well defended. And as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way.
Now a hit and a loose football.
I'm trying to make impact plays.
And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game. I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all you needed to do.
Looks like they belong in the playoffs.
Bilal Powell's numbers on the ground a week ago. 15 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On second down now, it's Powell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bottled up.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted.
That hurried and
picked off by Brandon Carr. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
Oh, that was about as bad as you could possibly do.
How you get the face mask, any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Field goal range right
on the counter. Ingram. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Well, look there at Ingram's numbers from a week ago. 17 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
Now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1.
It
looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
Too much.
And that'll be incomplete.
Saw me come through.
Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone.
They've only had 6 plays and off
third down.
7.
They said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
So they're not mustering much.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up here.
More yards than
and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. It's caught by Quincy. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Powell takes it from Darnold, and he will have a first down here at about the 40. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They run with Powell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
from the 45 on second down. Darnold. And it's incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. It's Darnold from the gun. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
Decent game.
That's where Crowder makes his hay in the slot. Jets hoping to see more of that going forward. He signed with them in March after the last 4 seasons being in Washington. Had 3 pretty good years and sort of tailed off last season due in large part to an ankle injury. On first down, Powell. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on right and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Blow the whistle. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This pass into the arms of Snead. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Yeah, it was enough. Seems like I'm out of bounds. This one I'm still kind of hoping that if I can hold him off.
Now Jackson on first down. Roberts has it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
Best I can do is hold him back.
To throw again is Jackson. It's caught by Roberts. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on second down. Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And Jackson throwing once more. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, Jackson. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
Why Why do they do the reviews if they're not going to have things set to overturn? Better yet, why are they having reviews if it's possible that they're going to get it wrong?
And this touchdown will count. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Like, why would you program that the game is going to get the call wrong?
Kept off by the Baltimore score. This Jets offense heading back out there now, led by Sam Darnold. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Darnold. And this will be incomplete.
Would it be possible for you to catch anything, man?
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before the break. Darnold. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right?
We'll go around here.
Let's resume play. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20.
So
as his guys will
since
set
at this point,
at the 23-yard line.
Have trouble getting away. Let me just go on through a little bit of a wrestling history
first here in this 3rd quarter. And that
there are basically 2 ways, not only for wrestling, but business as a whole.
Do they stick with that?
You can kind of handle yourself.
I would think that they would, because
you can
if they
either
were confident enough to do it on the last
play
drive,
for
starting
long-term
backed up in their own territory. Why would you change anything? They got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
Be profitable each time.
Because that drive went, and
you're still ultimately
and no big plays
keeping yourself well preserved enough. That's not the problem. That would be the example of like a mid-sack.
Again, they'll run with
genuinely, even as someone who
before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Never got to see mid-sack live.
Good enough for a Raven first down.
Episodes on
Baltimore
WWE
was the
Network.
most run-heavy team in the league
one of the
last year after
companies
Lamar
that
Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram, he goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence. Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. Henry Anderson there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
And his roster was stacked for a good while. What ultimately hurt him
out of the gun with Dixon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
The inability of...
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Because here's an example of how just playing comfortable
like that right now
can go wrong.
But think about it from an offense's perspective right now.
When you're not
got to leave, but they don't want to
putting yourself in
too much and
hugely beneficial position.
Still want to move at a nice pace.
Small things can't destroy you.
Down there, but he cannot
you look,
connect.
For example, at
so good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force a punt on this opening drive of the third.
A little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops, turn the ball over back to their offense, and trying to get back into this game.
A couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side.
Completely out the window, and because
of the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession
was their
of
big
the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in
margin,
three,
the biggest city they had.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run.
So if you lose the biggest city you have,
and sometimes they throw that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They'll get 3 as the drive continues.
So yeah,
it's
they
a first down.
dissolve pretty rapidly just based on that.
A first down throw, Darnold. They shakes him off.
What is happening?
The pressure too great, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee able to record his 5th sack of the season. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Still stuck back.
Now Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up with that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So yeah. Mid-South can be seen as an example of how just doing everything right can still bite you due to circumstances outside your control. But WCW is an example of what happens when you do the other. You sacrifice.
But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A short-term gain. And you look at everything they did.
A 10th carry here for Mark Ingram. He'll get about 3 as
so much money that they leveraged against their parent company.
Third quarter, you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Allowed creative freedom to the point that it was going to be impossible for anyone on the lower tier to get over.
He goes underneath to Ingram.
Short.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on Sunday. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Matt Judon able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead. and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 49 yards. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Darnold on target to Enunwa, and he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's second down. Well, the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender is making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Then he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Business.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. As we take a look at the playoff picture, and certainly a lot of jostling still to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
Yeah, exciting for us because we get to talk about it, and, you know, at the end of the day, 6 teams are going to go from each conference, and guess what? We're going to have a playoff. But nerve-wracking for all the people involved, all the teams, because their goal is to get there. And anything less than that makes the season a disappointment. So this is they've got to be primed now for a big finish to their season.
Yeah, he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Here's Chandler Catanzaro for the extra point.
Close.
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
The offense has done next to nothing.
The scoop and score always always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
We'll take a knee there.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
We got 4 more yards.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
What to do with it?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
That was major.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window.
Remember what I said?
They'll run on 1st down. It's Powell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those,
all
they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away.
Was designed to get a pop rating, get a big buy rate in that short term.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
While it helped there in a moment, what ultimately happened was it was gradually killing
so it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. They go again with Powell. And an alley to run. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Eventually it goes very much
a solid
long.
pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal.
Big turnovers late. Yeah. The credibility of WCW eventually was, I think, destroyed at Starrcade 97. It was the turning point.
This is the running back Powell.
In the entire...
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
This is a chip shot.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here.
There is zero sense
the lead in the final stages.
in me doing anything but getting this very easy 3 points.
Kick is right through.
They've got no timeouts, 1 minute. Worst case, Baltimore's going to have to settle for a field goal.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, the clock exactly right.
But you see those differences, though. Starrcade 97, once they failed to pay off the NWO storyline and kept it going, even though it was still hot, you could do no wrong at that moment.
A possible crippling loss to their playoff status.
Gradually worn out the audience. You had killed the credibility, and death of WCW really plays into that. The fact that your company had so many people under contract that were leveraged, that you were leveraging against.
Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a second down. He'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Made a huge difference.
Bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command
everything that could conceivably have gone wrong for World Championship Wrestling was there. Now, why would I bring up so much of World Championship Wrestling? Because, honestly, WWE has been making the same moves since the Attitude Era. I talked about it a little bit, like doing these similar things in the 80s, but the fact is, these were big problems.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Get it. There we go.
They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Abandoning realism in wrestling. They've been blowing through storylines they could have done
type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
You had top guys on the card like Stone Cold and The Rock who were more than enough to carry the company, but you were still undercutting the overall
shares. The wind moves them now to
slowly pushed away the traditional audience that was loyal and kept the fat audience. And they've been progressively leaving
their playoff
every year.
Take a hit as they drop to 7-7.
The only difference is because it's self-owned instead of
to take on the Browns.
WCW, where WCW was owned by the network.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gunn saying so long, everybody.
Because Vince doesn't have to answer to the company, and there's no one that's basically looking at all the losses and being like, why are we still in this business? Vince is in control of it. There's no network pressure there other than to continue producing content. Let me look at the stats here. And honestly, that's the only real functional difference, other than the fact that also when WCW was going down, they were able to leverage things against WWE. Like one of the other things they did in short term was they added so many extra dates because of their extra shows that one of the big incentives, the lighter work schedule, was gone. And so WWF became more palatable. Well, you didn't have that option to leverage against anymore. With WWE, they've been able to set themselves as the standard. So they've been able to get away with more that WCW was not. I genuinely believe that WWF had very little to do with WCW's collapse. I believe that even if they had been doing everything generally right, that company, if they had made it to the 20th anniversary of Starrcade in December 2003, I would have been amazed. And the only difference is, had WWF been also doing a terrible product and they actually managed to run them out, WCW would have handed control of the wrestling industry to ECW instead of WWF. That's the only point of difference. Because ECW would have been able to hang around since Raw wouldn't have taken their TV slot on the eventual Spike TV. That's the long and short of it. I think with the WWE now, they've continuously proven to make the same trades, and now they're making the same mistakes WCW did. Trading main events, vendors getting over in order to pay off part-timers in the main event. Adding a third hour, adding multiple brands, just oversaturating and doing everything that destroyed WCW. They've been doing it, and I don't think it's going to actually destroy them, at least not in the short term, but you could see it going very, very wrong. Man, Sam Darnold had a bad game. Okay, so this game was a complete bit of blind luck. I will continue on here, and let's find out what the playoff picture is before I shut down here. Actually, I'll have it for the next video. I do want, need to move on, but thank you for listening to my rant. I'm glad I got to the second part of it. Maybe I'll do a separate video at one point that isn't this, and just put it in more detail, but